Hello, everybody. This is my first video on the Proud Family. This one about overcoming this whole prejudice between boys and girls. The episode begins with Penny Proud and her girls playing a game of football with their male friends. The girls manage to win as Penny shows that she is quite capable as she takes the ball from the boy known as Frankie. At school, the girls are discussing things like why only boys get sports while also talking about the homecoming dance. Penny, of course, won't be able to go to the dance like the others since her father, Oscar Proud, is too strict in his decision to allow his daughter to go out with any boy. Things escalate when the boy that Penny beats begin acting on his ego as despite Penny only playing with him, he tells her that real football between men and that there is no way a girl will ever play it. Once the belief turns to provocation, Penny decided to join the football team. At home, her father freaks out about it, while her mother Trudy and her grandmother, who we call Sugar Mama, giving Penny their support. As the last thing they want to hear from Oscar is telling their child that they can't play because she's a girl. Oscar doesn't want it to happen because he does think, like all the men in this episode, like the coach, who will deny Penny the chance to try, as well that one of the reasons why she should not play because if she gets hit by these guys who are not going to hold back, then there's nothing they can do about it. Penny tries out for the football, and she does great, but the coach refused despite her showing superior ability. This led to Zoe going to her aunt, who is a lawyer, to sue the coach by going to court to where he'll be forced to put Penny on the team. Oscar, who was feeling too full of himself about this whole mess, as he believed that the football is strictly a man's world. But the judge they got is a woman, and she's allowing Penny to play. Unfortunately for Penny, the coach found a way at least making sure that Penny can't play, since at the end, he calls the shots of whether or not she has the right to play. Once they lost a player and his son Myron refusing since the boy is scared, the coach had no choice but to let Penny play. Penny told the boys to hand the ball over to her despite knowing that's not the coach's orders, but it's time to show the entire stadium what she's capable of as she began scoring touchdowns that finally impressed her father and coach. The final part of the game comes, and when it seems like Penny would make it as she catches the ball, but as she dives for it, she missed, and the game is lost. Penny cries, not out of the physical pain, but out of disappointment herself for failing to win. Her parents carry her away trying to console her that losing is part of life and that she wants so much more than a measly game. Penny went to the dance with her father. Penny thought that everybody would hate her, but instead everybody knew that they were only able to get to where they were because of Penny. And Frankie apologized, saying he was the one who was being the most difficult since they're on the same team. Penny asked him to dance, and when they were about to, they had to be stopped by Oscar, who was not allowing it as the episode comes to an end. My final thoughts on the episode is that Penny was incredible. I'm glad to have grown with a mentality that girls can do things that a boy can. I've seen when women make guys feel like boys, and I don't want to ever know what that's like. I know to respect them when I be beaten, and I would like to date a woman who has ability, as I find them more interesting. That's all, folks. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more.